Thank you, Francisco, for helping to record today. I just got a message from Randy that he couldn't make it today. He got an exam. Hey, welcome back, everyone. So happy to see everyone back. Early. Okay, 8:30 sharp. Welcome back. This is ACI 3. We are on class 9. Today is November 7, 2024. And we are going to start off with the mandala offering, followed by the refuge. Finally, I managed to get Jackney to come in early. Okay, Jackney. Jackney is trying very, very hard. Yeah. We all have challenges. Thank you for coming on time. And I would appreciate if you can lead us on this mandala offering, followed by the refuge. Can you see the screen, Jackney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just read.
Okay. Can you kindly lead us on this? You will read this, recite the offering of the mandala. We are going to offer the perfect world before we begin. And then we will take refuge 3 times as usual. Okay? Yeah, the floor is yours.
Okay. Offering the mandala. Here is the great earth filled with the smell of incense, covered with a blanket of flowers. The great mountains, the 4 continents wearing a jewel of the sun and moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of a Buddha and offer it all to you. By this deed, may every living being experience the pure world. Idam Guru Rakna Mandalakam Niyatayami. Refuge and the wish. I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha until I achieve enlightenment by the power of the goodness that I do in the giving and the rest. May I reach Buddhahood for the sake of ever living being.
Thanks.
Here is
no, I go for refuge 3 times. I go for refuge.
I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha until I achieve enlightenment by the power of the goodness that I do in giving and the rest. May I reach Buddhahood for the sake of every living being. I go for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha until I achieve enlightenment by the power of the goodness that I do in giving and the rest. May I reach Buddhahood for the sake of every living being.
Thank you, Jackney. I'm so happy that you might have this opportunity to plant extraordinary seeds. Never managed to get you come on time, finally today. Please contact me in December. I'm busy in November. Yeah, contact me and I would like to follow up with you. Okay. And hi, Isu. Okay. Oh, Christmas, early Christmas. Okay, let's look at the quiz. Okay. So let's see. Let's give the easy one to Jackney one more. Jackney, come on. It's difficult to get you. Come on. Today you have to do a lot. I'll pick on you, sorry.
Which of the following is the review meditations? Sangrom.
Shagom. Okay, can you tell me or not in the sequence we learn fixation, meditation, which one is that?
Meditations. Right.
Huh? Just guess. Which one is the fixation? You want to guess?
Fixation is Jonggung.
Oh, you have very good seats. Okay, so you make a good guess. I make it easy for you. You see, I'm not a very smart student, so I need to put it in the same sequence, and that will help me to remember. So I like to say Jogom, Shagom, Chegom. Jogom, Shagom, Chegom. That will help me to remember. Okay? Then the next one. Sorry, I'm going to pick on you again.
What is the highest offering to please a Lama? Do your practice.
Do your practice. You're right. Yay, that is the best offering. In the meditation, if you remember in the 7 ingredients, we have the offering, right? You can do the traditional offering. And in fact, the highest offering is to tell your Lama your successful Buddhist practice. Like, for example, I don't like that person. I want to show my face. But because of my understanding of emptiness, I know how it's going to come back to me. And I look at the emptiness, remembering that, then I try my very best and I respond with kindness. And that is a successful Buddhist practice. Okay, that is our practice. We go against the tide, go against our natural reaction. Okay, and you offer that, and that is what they are most happy about. Yeah. And you know, what happened with my relationship with my Lama will be, every time some transformation in my life, or somehow I managed to overcome certain thing, I'll write to my teacher and I'll tell my teacher, you know, yeah, I think that is make them very happy. Number 3 will be, which is this one, question 3. Jackney, can we just give all the question to Jackney tonight, because we don't normally see her. It's so difficult to get her. Okay, so let us give her the chance today. I want you to plant the cow, the seeds. Okay.
Which is best description of blessing me? Bless my mind to find and follow my Lama properly.
You're right. You know, I don't really understand that throughout my ACI when I'm learning. I don't really think much about that, you see. I always like very worldly way, the blessing will be the first to answer. But I'm happy while preparing for this class. It helps me to understand better why it is so important. You know, yeah, it is so important to do that. Yeah. Okay, sometimes we have a tendency, our mind not to be able, I don't know whether, is there any one of you who have a Lama? Can you type in the chat if you have a Lama? Can you type 1 in the chat and 0 if you don't have? Let me see if you do have a Heart Lama or not. Do you have a Lama? A Heart Lama, not the scripture, not the teacher, that one, anybody can teach you, that one is okay, okay? But the Heart Lama, do you have a Heart Lama? KL Wong say no. Raymond, no. You should say not yet. Say not yet. Rache, not yet. Okay, never mind. Okay, so you have a Heart Lama. I have some issue, and then I wrote to Venerable Jigming, and she was telling me her problem also with Geshe Michael long time ago, but I won't share here because you don't have a Heart Lama yet. Okay, it's very interesting. Isn't it? Okay, so we move on to the next one. Okay, bless me, yeah. Next one, question number 4, Jackney. It's all yours.
The roof of the path is do your practice.
Do our
I
practice.
find a lama.
Find a lama. Okay, you're right. Okay, the root, 它的根 the root 呢，最重要的 the core, the heart is to find a lama. But at the same time, we also know that you don't simply take any lama, okay? That is also true. Okay? We learn in ACI 1, right? We say we don't be like the dog, like hungry dog. You see anything, you just gobble. No, you don't do that. Because your mental real estate, we call this our mental real estate, is so precious, what we expose our mind to. So check that out. Atisha, he used 12 years to check his teacher out. And then there's a joke. His teacher then say that I need time to check you out, whether you're my student. So it's so funny. So you take time to check your teacher out. I don't know, I never check my teacher out. Okay, so the root of the path is to find a lama. The best offering is to do your practice. No more. Okay, question 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Okay. Thank you for doing the quiz. I can see that, wow, many people do the quiz today. Okay, so we are into class 9. Class 9. Before we do class 9, I want to review what we did last week. Okay, last week we learned the 3 types of meditation that we just went through just now. Jogom, Shagom, Chegom. Learn that because Sheila always asks you, might earn the USD 100. Okay, he always throw this question out. Number 2, we also learned that we must have an object of meditation. It's important to have an object of meditation. So we learn many times that meditation is not thinking about nothing, leave your mind empty, blank, just 放松, it's not like that, okay? So if they say, if you have no, you always like 放空, 什么都不想, everything, don't think of anything, empty your mind, don't think of anything, then the result will be like this, they say. Because Sheila always make a joke on that, isn't it? I don't know, you know, it's like you always find your thing missing. Where's my phone? Where's my thing? Where's my thing? You know, you always, the consequence is you will be forgetful. You meditate on nothing. So it is so important to have an object of meditation. And we learn that the highest object is Lamrim. We learn that the highest object is Lamrim. What is Lamrim? The steps of the path to enlightenment, like the IKEA furniture, step by step, step by step, step by step, they can bring you to enlightenment. Okay, so that is what we want to meditate upon. Lamrim. So we learn the whole outline of Lamrim. We learned the whole outline of Lamrim, remember? And then we learned that in Lamrim, there are 4 main parts. The very first one is to find a teacher. The very first one is to find the teacher. And we're asked in our assignment to memorize the first verse of the Lamrim. The first verse of the source of all my good. The source of all my good is a Lamrim. Okay, it is the brief. It's the brief Lamrim. 最短的一个 Lamrim, the brief Lamrim. Okay, I hope that you have already memorized. If you have not, never mind, just try. Okay, just try. And then after a while, you will be able to do that. Even if you don't get all, at least you get the message. Okay, the source of all my good is my kind Lama, my Lord. Bless me first to see that taking myself to him in a proper way is the very root of the path. And grant me then to serve and follow him with all my strength and reverence. Did I get it correct? Let me check. Yay! Okay, that's the thing. So that is the source of all my good. And when I first learned about this one, I don't think it's important, to be very honest, And to be very honest, I seriously think that you should bring this to meditation. And I find that when I meditate on this one, it brings me to another way of understanding. Why? Why is that so? Why is that so? This picture of the boat, there's a meaning to that. Yeah, I won't talk about that. So that is the first step to see why the teacher is the source of all my good. The first step of learning is to find a teacher. It's so important. You can think of that as a GPS like a GPS. Without the GPS, without the cooking recipe, those who like to cook, without the recipe, you can try many different ways, try and error. But if you have a teacher, got one advantage lah. Like for me, got teacher really got one advantage lah. I don't normally all the years I serve my teacher, you don't think the teacher babysit you, don't expect that, okay? Nothing of that, okay? I think the best part of having a teacher is when I have a challenge that you cannot solve. It's not that you never learn. I have all the tools in my toolkit, but as a human with these impure parts, right? Sometimes things are overwhelming or very challenging. You try. I take refuge. I remember emptiness. I remember it's coming from my past misdeed. I know that now it's a tree I cannot change. And I know my next reaction is the one that create my future reality. I understand that, okay? And yet sometimes in reality, it's difficult. It's difficult when you face some difficult situation. Then the teacher is really very helpful. Yeah, then your heart lama will be very helpful. I find so. Yeah. Okay, so then we learn about the qualities of a good teacher, right? We talk about the 10 qualities in ACI 1. Zain, he prepared a very nice PPT, a very nice poster. You can get from him the 10 qualities that you learn in ACI 1. And then we also know that in this era of degenerate time, I don't know how to find a teacher with that 10 qualities. You can look around. Yeah, maybe you can get it. Yeah. And so they give us the simplified, the easier, just minimize it to only 5 criteria. And when you look at the 5 criteria, you can find, oh yeah, a lot of people kind of like, you can get a teacher with those 5 qualities. And then we also talk about, we learn a lot on this Dharma. If you come to the class, you just listen and you don't do anything, you don't do your practice, then there's a danger of hardening, your heart harden. There's a wrong spelling here, hardening of your heart, H-E-A-R-T, heart. Okay, I want to be like Jaslyn. She inspired me. She's doing her meditation and I want to do that. It's very good. Thank you for bringing some positive value to us. We really need that to be we need that. Okay. So sometimes we go up and down, but it's good to have people around us, surrounded by good people, inspiring us, that they are doing their practice. And I also want to do my practice and we help each other. Okay. Thank you so much for being a good example. And I find that sometimes it is true, it's not being a formal teacher. It is more like how you live your life, that you become a living example. You don't necessarily have to become a formal teacher to really influence people. Like myself, I never thought to become an ACI lecturer. You think it's very fun, is it? Not at all. When I learned ACI, I just curious only, to be very honest. I was curious when I started. I didn't have a good motivation. And then French, I said, okay lah, very, people, friend ask then okay lah, just join and listen. Then want to leave also paiseh, then continue. Don't really learn anything. And I still remember, I mentioned many times in my ACI one, I normally fall asleep in the class, and I so paiseh, what I would normally do, I would turn off my camera. And so I plant the seed for my student, the younger students, they all turn off their camera. And my teacher always say, hey, one day you will become the teacher of the past. I said, huh? So this is a teacher thing? I didn't know this is a teacher training. I don't know why, my teacher keep on saying that when we were learning ACI, in between, she will say, this is a teacher training. I said, when was that a teacher training? And I never thought that this is a teacher training. Why is that a teacher training? I don't see that. And I said, I don't care lah. I just want to learn only lah. Okay lah, I'm curious. I just learn. Yeah. So, and I realized one thing, you just do what you need to do. And if it's meant to be, it will be. For me, I always do the prayer. I don't ask for that thing. I will say, okay, I offer myself. It's not that I want it, I offer myself. I offer my body, my speech. I'm here. If it is meant to be, then let it be and make it, I'm willing to take on the responsibility, but I don't go after that, it's not fun at all, to be very honest. I spend a lot of time in preparing all these things, and I cannot say that, I cannot say that I'm just doing for other people. In a way, I'm also benefiting, yeah, by preparing. It forced me to prepare, because because I'm a very responsible person. I'm not trying to praise myself, but I've always been a very responsible person. So that kind of like keep me on the toe, I cannot go into the class, don't do anything. I cannot. A lot of people, they say, wow, people can just, American style, they can just speak from it. I'm very Asian type, I like to work hard. I'm like the ants, the ants, like a magi. I have to work hard. I'm that kind of virtues, I have to do that. So I come back to the thing, like, you don't really have to become a formal teacher to influence people. Be a living example. Be a living example. Like why I'm going back to the corporate, one of the reasons is I want to be an example to my children, and I want to be an example to the people around me. I say, if this is when I look at the criteria, I find myself so fortunate. I find that I should give back, but I don't know how. And I said, if it is meant to be, then let it be. Oh, my seeds just ripened and moved me into that direction, Thank you, Isu. Thank you so much. Yeah. Actually, my main intention when I want to share ACI, not so much for the ACI community here. My goal is I have another group of students. They don't know about seeds. And that is my core reason why I'm sharing ACI. And this just happened. And I thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity to share. Okay. So let's come back to this one. So we say there's a danger of hardening, your heart hardening. So please put into practice something. I'm not asking you, I know you're busy, everyone is busy. We don't have our commitment, but try to do something. Keep your book. I tell you one thing you must do, you must keep your book. You don't like it also, I want you to do it. You cannot do it 6 times, you do it 3 times. You cannot do it 3 times, you do 1 time for me. That is, I ask you to do. Please, at least once a day, you have to check. You don't know how to check, you can ask me. I find that is very useful. I can say that I never stopped checking this one from day one I learned until now. And I find it's very useful. Yeah. It helps you become a better person. It's like a tool, without that tool, how you know what you're doing. Okay, so this is the one. This is our review of last week lesson. Okay, I was thinking just now before I come to the class, ACI, the way I present right now is not what I want to be, to be honest. I really wanted from day one, when I planned for the class, I want to have a lot of meditation. because it's supposed to be applied meditation. Okay. But I really, when I look at the content, I really cannot fit in the time, to be very honest. You can see I have to prepare very well, and only 1.5 hours, I managed to finish the thing, you see. And I can't even have a simple meditation in front. If I do that, I won't be able to finish, I'm very sure. And I always mess up. So my ideal situation would be to have a meditation, a lot of meditation in ACI 3. And if I look at it, I need at least 15 to 18 classes. And I think it will be more meaningful. Yeah. But I'm so sorry with that. So please do your own practice and try on your own. Okay. Yeah. Please try on your own. Yeah. Because applied meditation is supposed to put into practice, not just listen, blah, 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 and that now. Okay. Okay. So I want to show you where we are. Okay. This one. Okay, we learned finding a teacher, right? Finding a teacher in the previous class. Today, we are looking into the second section of Lambrim, which is how to practice after you have a teacher. Once you have a teacher, how to practice. Okay, how to practice here also mean how to train your mind, how to purify your mind. They all mean the same thing. Okay, I can see that they use different words. Okay, they're all under this section, number 2. How to practice after you have your teacher. Once you have your teacher, number 1, then you need to know how to practice after you have found your teacher. Under this number 2, you can see I put here 2.1 and 2.2, right? So 2.2, J. Tsongkhapa urge you to take the essence of this life. J. Tsongkhapa urge you. What is urge? Like, how to explain urge? What is urge? How to explain that? Urge, let me check the dictionary. Persuade you. Yeah, like, please lah, encourage you, advise you, urge you to take the essence of this life. What do you mean by taking the essence of this life? Means to get the most out of this life. Getting the most out of this life. What do you mean by getting the most out of this life? So we will talk in detail on this part, okay? So now I'm going to zoom in into 2.1. Okay, 2.1. In this 2.1, okay, urge to take the essence of this life, we have a source of all my good, verse number 2. Verse number 2. Okay, I need someone to please help me to read this one. Jaslyn, can you please read this verse number 2 for us?
Okay. Bless me first to realize that the excellent life of leisure I have found just this once in ever so hard to find and ever so valuable. Grant me then to wish and never stop to wish that I could take its action night and day. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so this is verse number 2 that we are going to learn. Now we already have a teacher. Then the next one, they are talking about life of leisure. The keyword is life of leisure. I'm going to zoom in into life of leisure to explain what do you mean by life of leisure. If you have followed ACI 1, you know that we have learned leisure and fortune, the 8 leisure and 10 fortune in ACI 1. Don't worry if you don't know. Don't be like, I never learned this one. Why, or whether I can follow or not. We will be repeating this again and again. And I'm very sure you will hear that again in future ACI courses. Okay? So sometimes one good thing is that I don't understand. Then you repeat many times, then you just know, just like me. I don't know how. Every time when they read the mandala offering in Tibetan, I never learn, and it just come to me. Okay? So you listen long enough, then you will know. And I don't listen every day also, once in a while, but they will come to you. Okay? So the 8 leisure and 10 fortune we learn in ACI 1, but no worries, we will repeat here. And then no worries, if you don't get it, you'll repeat again in ACI, other ACI courses. So the key word is Life of leisure. What do you mean by life of leisure? It is said that we have 8 leisure. Leisure here means that where your life is free of the 8 ways of lacking opportunity. Again, I say the life that you have is free from the 8 ways of lacking opportunity. So they will be phrased in a negative form. Okay, they will be phrased in a negative form. Let me show you here. Okay. They will say, number 1, we are not born as a hell being. We are not born as a hell being. Of course, we are not a hell being, okay? So why? Okay, I want to talk about each one of these in a bit greater detail. Why? How is it like if born in a hell being? We just guess. We will learn that in ACI 8. Okay, if we are born as a hell being, why is that not a life of leisure? You want to take a guess? Why, if you're born as a hell being, this is not a life of leisure? What is wrong with that? Life of leisure. If we are a hell being, what is it going to happen as a hell? What do you think? Can we practice Dharma or not? No. Why cannot practice Dharma? Yes, Lindsay, you have so much suffering. You have so much suffering that you will not be able to practice Dharma. Yeah, there is no leisure in hell. Yes, not near Dharma. Yes, you're right. We will learn in greater detail, but I want you to just think about that. Yeah, so there's so much pain. You're just not able to learn Dharma at all. We'll talk in greater detail in ACI 8. Okay, so now at least we roughly get an idea. Oh, why this is an 8 leisure? Why this is 8 leisure? If you're born as a hell being, there's so much suffering, you cannot think, okay? You have continuous suffering. Yes, the keyword is continuous suffering. You will learn in ACI 8, they talk about there is this hell where they say they cut you lah, or hit you lah, or burn you lah, and continuously, then you die already, then they say, revive, then you get out again, and then they start the fighting all over again, cut you, cut, until then you die again, they say, revive, then you get out again. You know, so there's so much suffering in hell. There is no chance to learn Dharma. Yes, too much suffering to think about Dharma. We can relate to that. So next one, we are not born as a craving spirit. It is also called preta. Preta. How is it like to be? Just guess. I'm not a preta. None of us here is a preta. Guess if a craving spirit, how is their life like? Can they practice Dharma or not? Can they learn Dharma or not? Too much desire. Yeah. Correct. They're always what? They're always what? What kind of suffering? Yeah, they're always hungry. Yeah, too much desire. They're hungry. Yeah, Jaslyn and Zane say. Yeah, you're so hungry. You're always looking for food. You're so hungry and thirsty. Yeah. How to learn Dharma in that way? If sometimes I'm hungry also, I don't want to meditate, let alone you think about a craving spirit. Don't you think so? I find myself, nowadays I mess up my time a bit. Last time I will meditate first. Now I want to eat first, then only meditate. I want to take care of my tummy first. So imagine if you're too hungry, it's impossible for you to say that I want to learn Dharma. You can't think about Dharma at all. So number 3, we are not born as an animal. Why is that? How is it if you are born as an animal? Can you learn Dharma or not? think about the animal realm. How is their life like? Or how is that being an animal? Can they learn Dharma? Yes, Lin said not smart enough to learn the Dharma. Richie also said not intelligent to understand. Yeah. Not intelligent to understand. We now, yeah, yes, Kia won't say cannot read. You go and give your ACI, this, show them your ACI reading, they cannot read. Ask them, put them beside you, they cannot understand. Okay, so how to learn Dharma? You don't have the intellect to learn. Okay? And some animals, they got so much terror, they always have a lot of fear, a lot of fear. They're constantly looking over their shoulder in case they're being eaten by another animal. Yeah. So there's so much suffering, the way the parts that they have taken is almost impossible to learn Dharma. I can't say 100% because I'm not Buddha, so I can only say almost impossible to learn Dharma. So number 4, we are not born as a being in the temporary realm of pleasure. The higher realm, other than human, you can be a pleasure being. Yeah, the God realm. How is it like? Everything is so nice and beautiful. Just now you say suffering. Hey, this one no suffering, nah. This one no suffering. Can I learn Dharma or not? Why they cannot learn Dharma? I cannot say 100% they cannot learn Dharma because I'm not in the pleasure realm, but we can come to the conclusion there are certain things like a lot of jealousy. Okay, yes, a lot of jealousy. The pleasure being got a lot of jealousy. Why they are so, everything is so nice and so good there, so much pleasure, why they cannot learn Dharma? What do you think? You want to guess? Yeah, Lin said too much happiness to think about Dharma. Yeah, too much happiness to think about Dharma. Zane said enjoyment too much, wrong worldview. Correct. I like what Zane put there. Yeah. So you can imagine, in fact, sometimes a lot of happiness, too much enjoyment, you won't be learning Dharma. You just want to enjoy only, right? Then you use up all your good seeds. You use up all your good seeds. Then it is said that the pleasure being, when they are going to die, just like moments or time very close to they are going to die, they kind of like they can see where they are going. They know they are going to die and they start to smelly and then they turn ugly, all their friends run away from them and there's so much suffering because they always enjoy. Suddenly this thing happen and then they can even, there's a lot of terror. They say the terror is so strong because you already know the next realm that you're going is the lower realm. Yeah. So during that time when they are a pleasure being in the pleasure realm, they cannot learn because they have so much enjoyment, so much just enjoy and enjoy and enjoy, and they have wrong worldview. Correct. I like that. Don't you think that sometimes if you have a lot of happiness, a lot of enjoyment, your Dharma not going so well? I have this problem. I always tell myself I have to practice, good things, they come, yeah, not to be attached. Then I feel that practice is better when you have a little bit of more suffering, but not too much. If overwhelming, your mind cannot think also. If a little bit of suffering is good, it helps you to think about the emptiness of the person or the situation, and I become better. So next one, number 5, we are not born in an uncivilized place without vow morality. We are lucky, isn't it? We are kind of like we live in a world where there is law, right? Where people have morality. You do good thing, people say, 我喜欢跟好人一起. People think that it's a good thing. Oh, you're so generous. People value that kind of that kind of qualities. So here people still have vow morality. People still have morality. If they have no morality, that one we'll talk in another one. Okay, next one, later on, we go for the next number 6. We are not born with serious wrong worldview. What do you mean by serious wrong worldview? What do you think? What is that? Just now Zain mentioned about the wrong worldview. What do you think about this, number 6? You're born with serious wrong worldview, then you cannot practice Dharma. Yeah, I like what Rache put. Huh? You think violence can solve everything like the war. Yeah. You don't, because you know, you don't believe in consequences. I think the key thing for when you talk about serious wrong view, you don't think your action has any consequences. That's why I can bomb the other country. I don't like, I can take their possession, I can kill them. There's no cause and effect, no consequences to my action. Okay, so serious wrong view. Looking at the world, Zane say, looking at the world with the mind of everything against the 10 virtues. Very good. Zane, you can be a very good teacher, you know. Work on that. Yeah, and you can do very beautiful PPT. I wish I can hire you to help me with my lousy PPT. You see some of my beautiful PPT not done by me, you know, by other teachers, you know. I take from them, I need to give credit back to them. Yeah, I like Zane's PPT. Okay, so serious wrong view, you cannot practice Dharma, you cannot learn Dharma, okay, because you don't believe in that. You cannot accept your action have consequences. Like for us, we still, you know, even though, yeah, we are born with this wrong way of looking at things, but we kind of like, okay, yeah, I believe lah, I will do like this, got consequences lah, you know, I believe lah, my action got consequences. Okay, so we don't have this serious wrong view. If we have serious wrong view, we won't be sitting here. Who want to listen to all these things? Okay, so 7, we are not born retarded or physically incapable of studying Dharma. Okay, retarded. If you're retarded, how to study Dharma? Same like the dog, huh? The dog cannot think, right? Yeah, if you're retarded, the mind also like, ask you to eat also, you cannot eat properly. Ask you to wear your clothes also, you cannot. And how to study Dharma, you know, you're retarded. So we are not, okay? You can sit in the class, you got eyes to see, you can read. But somebody who is physically incapable, they cannot read, they cannot see the words, then they cannot hear the Dharma. But you got the eyes to see, they got ears to listen to the Dharma, right? And you got your hand to do your homework, you can write, see? And you have this body that can healthy, can sit down and meditate and study. So these are 8 leisure, all of us, we have that. Number 8, we are not born in an era when the Buddha's teaching have not come. We have the Buddha's teaching, we are so blessed. Yeah, think about the mixed nuts on what they are doing and the ACIP, so incredible, you know. Wow, when you think about, you want to cry, you know, you just want to feel so touched. So we have this teaching still available to us. How it is being preserved in the ALL, doing a great job preserving the ancient wisdom as it is. As it is. By the way, I just remember something. Zane, you asked a question in the previous ACI 2, if I'm not mistaken. You asked something about the mental functions. I'm sorry I haven't get any answer from Stanley, you know. Wordsmith, he gave me, and he said with permission that Stanley, it's okay for me to write to him. I wrote to him, he never replied. I think he's busy. I think if you want to ask this question, probably you can go to the mixed nut class and ask them. Okay, right, yeah. If I ever hear from him, I will definitely let you know. If I don't come back to you, means I didn't receive any reply from him. Okay, yeah. So we have this 8 leisure. This 8 leisure. Now you have this 8 leisure. I want to go for the 10 fortune first. Okay, 8 leisures and 10 fortunes. Remember, the 8 leisure is phrase in a not. Okay, it's in a negative. 8 ways that you're 8 ways that you're free from lacking these opportunities. Next one will be The 10 fortune, what is the difference then? I want to see what is the 10 fortune. What is the difference with the 8 leisure? Okay, this is in your question 3. The 10 fortune. 5 of them relate to yourself. Another 5 relate to the outside world. Okay, relate to outside of yourself. Okay, this one is phrased in a positive way. You will say, 10 fortune, born as a human. Yeah, we are lucky we are born as a human. Luckily, man. Okay, and then number 2, born in a civilized land. What do you mean by civilized land? I check in the reading, they call it central land. Okay, so you can see my slide here on the left is the class note. On the right is from the answer key. And the answer key is consistent with the reading. Okay, with the reading. So I want to compare, right? So the first one, born as a human. Okay, no problem. Number 2, you live in a central land or you're born in a central land, meaning that the place where there is vow morality are follow. Okay, that part okay lah, that one we understand. Okay, yeah, we are fortunate lah. We have law, right? Not here, we killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, all these things. People say, this is not a good thing, and we all know about that. We all follow that. Yeah, we have morality. We don't do this stuff thing. C, we have all our faculties intact. Faculties means that you got the eye lah, got the ear lah, correct? All these things intact for you to study. Right? You got the eye, you can see, read the notes. You can ear, you can listen to the Dharma. Okay, you have all your faculties, or all your senses intact. Okay, that one no problem. Number 3, no problem. Number 4, we have never committed. Here, the ultimate bad karma means that the 5 immediate misdeed. If you have heard of the 5 immediate misdeed, it means the same here. 5 immediate misdeed, which is killing your father, killing your mother, killing an arhat, drawing blood from the Buddha or trying to harm the Buddha, and splitting up the Buddha's monks. So you can see number 4 and number 5 cannot happen. We cannot do 4 and 5. Okay, 4 and 5 we cannot do. 1, 2, and 3 possible. And why is this called the 5 immediate misdeed? Is that if you commit this, no matter what, your immediate next life, you must go to hell. You will go to the 3 lower realm. You have to go there. There is no in between. That's why it's called immediate. Okay, number 5, we live in a world where the teachings are respected. Here, that is the answer here. For the notes, you have faith in the teachings. In the reading, they say you have faith in the holy books. Okay, so means that we have faith in the teachings in the holy books. Yeah, we respect the teachings. We have faith in the teachings. So 1 to 5 relate to us. We all have that. If we don't have faith, we won't be sitting here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no problem. They relate to us. Okay, now the challenge is number 6 to number 10. Let's look at 6 to 10. Number 6, we live in a world where a Buddha has come. That is something debatable. This is something that we are not, people say, not literally. Yeah. We live in a world where a Buddha has taught, not literally, okay, but debatable. So you can see why in the phrase, if you remember just now, I said the source of all my good, the verse number 2, they say life of leisure, but they never say life of leisure and fortune. Because for this fortune, we can't really say we have all the fortune in the literal form. Okay? Therefore, in the source of all my good, they only say life of leisure. Okay? No doubt, we can see that our Lama, they are no different from the Buddha, and they spoke the Dharma. Okay? But this is debatable. Okay? So F and G, 6 and 7 is a debatable. H is number 8. We live in a world where the teachings still remain. Yeah, that one okay lah. In the form of people having realizations, such as seeing emptiness directly, like Geshe Michael, maybe many people also, where the teachings still remain. You can see the mixed nut, say they maintain so well. And we have a lot of great lamas We have Venerable Jigme, Venerable Gelse, we have Rebecca, and many, so many teachers, Yeah. Next one, number 9, we live in a world where people are still actively following the teachings of Buddhism. There you are here, see? We have a community, so many people actively following the teachings of Buddhism. You look at the online, the Lam class, how many people worldwide, we are actively following, practicing the teachings of Buddhism. Okay, and the last one, number 10, we live in a world where there is support for the practitioner. There is, here in the reading, they say, people who have compassion for others. Here they means that, you see, we are very supportive of those Dharma practitioners, isn't it? You see, you donate money lah, right not? Right? You donate money. Yeah, you're very generous. You're very support. You provide all the support, all the resources for those who are who are practicing Dharma, isn't it? You give food lah, you give sometimes you sponsor their air ticket lah, you sponsor their accommodation lah, so you support them in every way that they need to keep practicing. You have sponsor, you have people who donate, you have people who support you in every way for you to practice Dharma. We are very fortunate, really think about that, yeah. Even like Vipassana, they have a great environment, the teaching is free. You see, they have a great support there. You just give whatever you want to give. So we are still in the era where people are very supportive and very generous. When talk about support and generosity, two people surely come into my mind. Our sister Jaslyn and brother Raymond. Yeah, they are very, very, very very supportive. So you can see in our world, we have so many people like that, and always come to my mind. They always come to my mind. Okay, so these are the 10 fortunes. All right, so let us look back at the verse. This is verse number 2. Bless me first to realize that the excellent life of leisure I've found just this once is ever so hard to find and ever so valuable. Grant me then to wish and never stop to wish that I could take its essence night and day. So just now I focus on life of leisure. Now you understand the life of leisure. We already talked in great detail. This is in your homework question 2 and 3. Now, why is this life of leisure so valuable? Why is it so valuable? So valuable, meh? Is it everyone here also got, ma? Why so valuable? Is it really that valuable? Then I have to bring you back to ACI 1. I'm opening. So ACI 1, we say that the chances of having this life, this human life is so precious. In the classical example, they say the chances of this, you can see this picture, you can see this one, we call it this one, what is that? Like the life buoy. I like to call it life buoy. If you throw it into the ocean, the chances of the turtle, once in a while, the turtle's head will come to the surface, right? Will come to the surface. And the chances of the life buoy or the turtle's head go inside the life buoy. What is the chances like? Yeah. It is so, I don't know, 0.00000000000, I don't know, the chances are. So that is the chances of you to have this life that you have. This life that you have is so precious. That is this is in our ACI 1. And there's another example that they always mention would be somebody asked Lord Buddha, and then the chances of a human life, to have a human life, he take his finger, and if I dip my finger in the desert, and the number of grains of sand caught here, right? The number of grains caught here, that is the chances of you having a human life is just this much compared to the whole desert, the sand, just this much. But we don't believe, I say I don't believe, but fortunately I have a group of very young students. They challenge me. So we managed to find some information. Oh, I already closed that. Okay, just now it's in that file. I just closed that. If you go and Google, you can just Google. You will find that the human population is 8 billion, whereas the statistics, the population of domestic animals, those that you can count one, a lot of animals we cannot count, not correct. Those that you can count already a few times larger than human population. Not to mention there are many other animals in the sky that you cannot count one, and many under the sea you cannot count one, and in the soil you cannot count one. Yeah, your eyes cannot see one. Yeah. So really the chances of becoming a human is so rare. And they say, now you're already born in this land and you already meet Dharma and you have a teacher to teach you and you have this body so special that you can learn Dharma. It is so rare and precious. They want you to think about that. And do you think that you always have that life, is it? You always think that you can have this life of leisure? They say, think that for you have been circling, you are in the circle of suffering since beginningless of time. The wheel of life. You are always circling. And we have been to all the realm aimlessly, wandering aimlessly, and never gotten any meaning of it for so long. So now you already get this life. It is so rare and precious. So do you think if you don't practice Dharma, you think you'll come back to the Dharma again? What if you don't have Dharma in your next life? How would your life be? They say here from the reading, a life without Dharma can never be anything but pain. So they want to tell us that this body that we have right now, that we already have these perfect circumstances and we meet the Dharma and we have a teacher, and through this body you can practice Dharma and really reach the highest goal, to be free from this suffering, this circle of suffering, this cycle of suffering, and to become this being that is pure and blissful and can really help others. How can they help others? Come back to the 4 bodies we learned in ACI 1. The mind that can read, omniscient that know everything, and they can send out copies and copies of them in the form that can help us, because they can read our mind, what we need to give up and what we need to take up. So we want to move our goal higher and higher and higher. If that, instead of just wasting our time, they say, wasting our time on meaningless activity, and always aiming at getting more and more material thing. We spend a lot of time, our whole life, getting people's approval, getting to be famous. And at the end, all we do is stock up only bad deed. You are turning this life of leisure into the opportunity to suffer. Because what is our priority? So the message that they want us to get is really this life of leisure and that we have is so precious and so valuable. Yeah. Do you agree with that or not? Having heard of that, can you type in the chat how much you agree? You want to type on a 0 to 10? Great. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Wow. You guys are so good. Those young kids are difficult to teach there. They never give me 10, they always give me 0 point something, even if I ask them 0 or 1, they will give me 0.3. Yeah. Okay. They are still very skeptical. I say, never mind, you just put it one corner first, you know. They never give me 10. Every time they give me I just want to see where they are, you know, how much they agree, you know. Okay, so we agree that this life of leisure and fortune is so fortunate. Can you tell me one thing you want to type in the chat now? Okay, we say we understand this life is so precious and so rare. And what is the one thing that you do because of this, because of your understanding of this? What is the thing that you have done differently? You want to share one thing in your chat? One thing that you have do differently? Yeah, issues. Say, did I read your name correctly? Issue. How you pronounce? Aisu. Oh, so sorry, but Aisu. Okay, Aisu. My Aisu. Yung naka-I. Okay, Aisu. Aisu say, so grateful to have the 8 leisure and 10 fortune. Okay, yeah, we are grateful. How does the life of leisure that you know, that you understand, helps you, or how you do things differently in any way? Yeah, just open-ended. No one answer for that. Yeah, Aisu say, don't waste, make time to practice. Yeah, make time to practice. Take care of your body to practice. I love that, Lynn. Yeah. Take care of yourself to practice. Zain says, start giving generously without any doubts. Oh, Zain, that is something my challenge. I'm not that generous, man. I still have a lot of I always ask myself, yeah, that attachment, or I don't know, you just want to hold on to that, you know. You know it's a wrong view, but you still want to hold on to that, you know. Yeah, study to understand how to practice correctly. Yeah, very good, Jaslyn. Yeah. Yeah, we recognize how precious it is. That's why we want to really study and study and study, and then in order to practice correctly, yeah, remembering our goal. Okay, so you can think about that. We will come back to this verse. Okay, so just now we talk about life of leisure. Then we talk about recognize that this life of leisure is so hard to find and ever so valuable. So valuable. Okay. And so we say, please grant me. Who are we asking to grant me? Who are we asking to bless me? Who? Who are we talking to here? Grant me then. Bless me first. You're asking your Buddha, Lama. Okay, correct. Yeah. Asking, yeah, your Buddha Lama, your Lama. Okay, good. So you're asking your Lama, your teacher or the Buddha to please help me, bless my mind to realize that this life is so precious, and help me that I could wish and never stop to wish that I could take its essence night and day. Yeah. This very beautiful verse. I want somebody to read this again. Aisu, can you please read this verse again?
Sure. Verse number 2, bless me first to realize that the excellent life of leisure I found just this once is ever so hard to find and ever so valuable. Grant me then to wish and never stop to wish that I could take its essence night and day.
Thank you. Yeah. And I want to come back to just now that I missed 2 messages by Aisu. understanding the life of leisure, that how would we do things differently? I should say must start to set intention to first find our heart lama. Okay. Chia Wong say try to help others reduce their suffering. Good. We are doing good. Yeah. See, we become more kind. We become more kind. Okay, talking about this one, Chia Wong, I like that. He reminded me I want to talk about something. How to know whether your practice has been whether you have improved or not would be you will know, you compare to yourself before you learn Dharma and now you can see that you are like what Kia Wong, you're more compassionate, you're kinder, right? You will notice that the change, and that means that you're on the right path. You're doing the. If you are not, then maybe you have misunderstand something. Most probably you have misunderstand something. Okay. You should become a kinder person, or the way you will have better relationship with people around you. Okay, your relationship with other people, how you get along with other people will become better and better. You become happier and happier. I'm not saying that, oh, you're happy every time. I'm not like that, okay? But you have this more stable kind of happiness. You can see the difference, you can see the difference. And then you will be able to get along with other people more. I'm not saying that maybe like, maybe you still got conflict, but you can see that how much you're able to get along with people compared to last time. Okay, I so ask a very good question. What it means by take the essence is to get the most out of this life. How to get the most, how to get the meaning, the most out of this life. Yeah. Okay, so I so ask a very, very good question. How to take the essence means that how to get the most meaning out of this life. Yeah. Then your life will have meaning. Instead of like you spending your time just to do those meaningless activities, like, or you spend your time meaningless activities like all aim at getting more and more material thing, spend all your time to get people's approval, spend all your time to be famous. At the end of the suffering, we will lose all these things. And nothing but the Dharma can help you. We are going to move on to the next section. Okay, so we want to use this life of leisure, so precious, to do something important, to get the most out of this life. Okay, so I come back to the slide. Okay, before I move on to the next one, I want to do a recap. Okay, I want to do a recap. Okay, question 1, I already covered. J. Songkapa urge you to get the most meaning out of this life. Okay, that is 2.1. 2.2, then we are going to learn how to get the most out of this life. 2.2. Did you get the framework? I show this thing again. Okay, finding a teacher is number 1. The Lamrim outline. Number 2, once you have a teacher, how to practice. Then we move into 2.1 just now. J. Songkapa urge you to take the essence of this life, means to get the most out of this life. Okay, so we have covered the 8 leisure and 10 fortune. And we also say that we have the life of leisure, but we can't say the same for the 10 fortune, especially for number 6 and 7. The next section we are going to move into is 2.2. Are you with me? 2.2? Yes, Okay, 2.2. How to take the essence? How? Okay, you are 2.1. You say, yeah, okay, understand. Yeah, I already agree. This life of leisure and fortune. Just now in the chat, many people already say, yes, I want that, now. Some of you already embarked on doing that. Okay, now tell me how to take the most out of this life. So I have this picture. Ta-da! How to take the essence of this life. I like to look at this picture. We have ground floor, first floor, second floor. Or I like to call it 1, 2, 3, that easier lah. Story 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this one is related to, in ACI 1, we learned the 3 scope. Do you remember the 3 scope? 3 scope of practitioner. Okay, so level 1, scope, lesser scope. What is your motivation? And somebody want to type in the chat? Lesser scope. Yes, Justin is correct. Yeah. Rima, so out of the 3 lower realm. Yeah, refrain from going into the 3 lower realm. Correct. Then medium scope. How about medium scope? Out of suffering, correct. You want to be out of this samsara. I don't want to have anything, even the good thing also I don't want already. Why? All this impure, those goodness that we have come from impure karma that will have to end. And when they end, it only bring you suffering. Okay, to escape samsara, Zinzi, correct. Samsara is a cycle of suffering. Yeah, cycle of suffering. What is samsara? The definition. The condition of being forced by our karma, is it? And karma by our bad thought. Karma and bad thought. Yeah. To take on the impure parts over and over again. Right? Samsara, the condition of being forced by our karma and mental afflictions to take on the impure parts over and over again. Yeah. Maybe not so. Yeah, that's what I remember. Nirvana, yeah, no more suffering. Yeah, the goal is nirvana, no more suffering. Okay, that's the medium scope. What about the higher scope? Higher scope. Wish for enlightenment for others. Yeah, very good. The wish for enlightenment. You want to reach enlightenment. Yes. And bring others to enlightenment too. Correct. There are 2 parts. One is for yourself and for others. Very good. So that's to help you to recall 3 scopes of practitioner. So that brings us to this picture to show you. Okay. Again, number 1, finding a teacher, right? Number 2, how to practice when you have a teacher, right? Then 2, got 2.1 and 2.2. 2.1, they urge you to take the essence of this life. Just now we talked about the 8 leisure and 10 fortune. Then 2.2, okay, now I want to take the essence of my life. How? 2.2 is how to take the essence of this life. So that break into whether you are a lower scope practitioner, medium scope practitioner, or the higher scope practitioner. Okay, so if you're lower scope of practitioner, we want to look into the steps share with those of lesser capacity. Now I'm going to zoom in into this one. Okay, I'm going to zoom into this one. Steps share with those of lesser capacity. Okay, so I show you this one. Ta-da! Again, 2.1, urge you to take the essence. Number 2.2, how? Then how? We are now zoom into steps shared with those of lesser capacity. And for the lesser capacity, what we learn is 3 principles of death. The death meditation, the 3 principles of death, and the 4 laws of karma. So how to practice, how to take the essence of this life if you are lesser capacity, What we learn is the 3 principles of death and the 4 laws of karma. Lesser capacity, just now we say, because they don't want to go to the 3 lower realm. Scared to go to the 3 lower realm. I don't want. Okay. So we learn the 3 death meditation. What are the 3 principles of death meditation? Number 1, death is certain. Okay. We know we are going to die. But unfortunately, we always think that we can still live very, very, very long time. Death is certain. Everyone have died. Have you seen anyone never die? Even those are very rich people, or very powerful people, okay, they still have to die eventually. Death is certain because of the impure karma that they've taken. But of course, if they have different karma, it could be a different experience, okay? Death is certain. Number 2, we know death is going to happen, but we don't know when it's happened. There is no certainty when we are going to die. It could be 20 years from now, okay? It could be 30 years from now. It could be 1 month from now. We never know. Or it could be tomorrow, we don't know. Yeah, there's no certainty. And the principle number 3 will be, when you die, nothing can help you, only the Dharma. Nothing but the Dharma. How can you relate to the life of leisure just now? Life of leisure, we say, now your life is so precious. So precious, Don't go and do those meaningless activities aimed at getting more and more material things. Doesn't mean that don't go to work. Don't misunderstand. Yes, we go to work, but we are not attached to that. Okay, we are not going to work because we want to accumulate more and more. Okay, if you have different motivation, going to work can be planting seeds, can be a cause for your enlightenment also. And if you're only solely because you want to get more and more material thing, when you die, the thing that you accumulate, the thing that you have is gone. You cannot bring along at all. Or you say that you want people's approval. Somebody need to approve you or you need to be famous. But when you die, nobody know you. The next thing, people call you the body. Nobody call you the name anymore. They call you that body. So we want to recognize that this life of leisure and fortune that we have is so precious. Okay, and we want to practice because we don't know when we are going to die. Only Dharma can help us. Now that you have met Dharma, you have this life of leisure. You have Dharma, you have all the condition. And if you think that you're going to die, we don't know when we are going to die. We want to really, prioritize our life. What is our priority now? What is our priority? You want to accumulate more and more things only? You will care so much about people's approval? It's not meaning. It doesn't. 没有意思了, okay? It is not meaningful. It's not necessary. Okay, so we are scared. So we learn about these 3 principles of death. Sorry, it's not meant to make you scared. I say wrongly. I take back the word. It make you prioritize. Yeah, you have some terror. Yes, no doubt. You have some terror. You have some fear of going to the 3 lower realm. Remember, they are lesser scope practitioner. Yeah, for the steps shared with the lesser scope, they are scared that after they die, they will go to the 3 lower realm. Okay? And you recognize that you are going to die. And where are you going to go after that? They bring us to the 4 laws of karma. 4 laws of karma. We all learn about that, so I won't go into great detail. If you don't know, you can text me and explain to you separately. I'm not going to go into detail, but I want you to type in the chat the 4 laws of karma. Can somebody type the law number 1? What is the principle number 1? Because we want to link these 4 laws of karma to the death meditation later on. What are the 4 laws of karma number 1? For this part, I really like the Chinese one, Yeah. Richie already said you get what you plant. Yes, number one, you get what you plant, cause and effect. Okay, you get what you plant. 种瓜得瓜，种果得果. Okay, I like Jaslyn. Actions are certain to produce similar consequences. What do you mean by that? You know, when I first learned, I also got confused. I thought if I steal somebody thing, we always find the exact one, people will do the exact thing to me. Actually, it's not necessary in that way. What they mean here is good come from the good, bad come from the bad. Okay, that is the main thing. If you do something good, the good thing will surely come. Okay, when you see something good, cannot come from something bad. Like for example, maybe your boss asks you to cheat on the tax or anything. Then you say, wow, our profit increased. Our profit not increased because we are cheating on the tax. It looks that way. Okay, yeah, it looks that way at this moment, but they're not related because of the time gap. Yeah, I like what KL say. Yeah, and I think DCI put it very well, right? I really love that the Chinese one. That's the first one. Actually, that's the law number one. Law number two. Can somebody type in the chat? Seeds multiply, increase exponentially. Seeds multiply, law of accumulation. Seeds will multiply. Okay. I like the Chinese one. 种子小小果大大. Yeah. The seed is so small, the tree is so big. Hey, number three. Okay, Lynn also said the results are bigger than the causes. Correct. Okay. Now, Jaslyn, the consequences are greater than the action. Okay, correct. Now we move to the number three. Can somebody give me number three? Three and four. If there's three and four, three will be what you plant will show open. That is number four, right? What is number four? What is number three? Raymond say yes. Thanks for confirming that. KL Wong say no action, no result. Yes, correct, KL Wong. If you never do it, it will never come. Okay. That is number three. Number four, if you plant, it will surely come. That's the Richie said on number four. Okay. So that's the four law. How can we relate to the death meditation now? Okay, now we know we are going to die. What we have been doing. Where will it lead us to? Yeah, Justin said, don't plant, you get no result. Yeah, exactly. So now we want to try to link. Okay, we already know for the lower scope practitioner, steps shared with the lesser capacity, how to take the essence of this life is these two things that we learn, death meditation and the four laws of karma. Okay. And let's think about how to relate to that. Okay. Okay. I have some of the thing here. Okay. Let me see my own notes here. I have a lot of notes, but I picked the important one here. Okay. Think about I like this one, the first picture. Look at this one first, the first one. Okay, so we have done the good one is the white color seeds. The bad one is the black seed. So if based on the law of karma, good one, good action will give you good results. So after we die, this one will follow us like a shadow. What we do will follow us like shadow. So if we do a lot of not good one, and if that seed ripen, this one like this one, the randomly, depending, of course, they have some rules there, like when you die, your very last thought, your feeling, what trigger that seed that ripen will project you into the next life. That is your life. And then subsequent will fill in the details. So if we are going to die, the seeds that we have, where will they lead us? Where will they bring us? then we rely on the 4 laws of karma. Then we know where we will be going already. Okay, now, can you see that or not? They want to tell you, you can, the death meditation, we know I'm going to die. And where will I go after I die? If you look at based on the 4 laws of karma, then you know where you will go. If you do the bad one, then you will go to the lower realm. So from there, we will want to be very careful with our actions. Therefore, keep your 3-time rule. Keep your 3-time rule. Okay? Take refuge. You have to take refuge because we know that taking refuge means emptiness, right? If you learn in ACI 2, the main thing is on the emptiness. You know, okay, where the emptiness of your action, the emptiness of the thing, then you will know what kind of action you should do. When you hurt somebody because of the emptiness, who are you really hurting? We are hurting ourselves. Hey, I have to wrap up already. I want you to think about that. I won't touch in great detail on this one, but you can think about that. You can read this all from the reading. All these take from reading. All these things from reading. Yeah. All this from the reading. I won't touch on that. So if we know that based on the 4 laws of karma, if we know that if we do something bad, it will bring us to the lower realm, then what must we do? If you have that, let's think about that for 1 minute. What would you do? Start to do good. Yes, correct. We say we have to be very careful, right? We're very careful. From the 4 laws of karma, they already tell you where we will go. So we want to do good. Okay. How to know whether I do good or not? So do your 3-time rule. Okay. I should say plan and occupy the day with goodness. Yeah. Plan and occupy the day with goodness. We have to be very careful with our seeds. From the 4 laws of karma, we know where we'll be going. No need to ask people already. We ourselves, we know what is the seed that ripen. I like what Angela said, don't do bad things. Oh, but already do leh. Then how? Do the 4 power. Okay, we don't know, please ask. Okay, do the 4 powers. Do the purification every day. Yeah. Okay, so 3 minutes. I think I want to end already. Actually, I want to do a revision. Maybe next week. Next week. Okay, so you think about that, you cook on that. But I look at the homework, I don't know why they ask you to memorize so much, Look at it, bless me to perceive. They ask you, they say, memorize up to the verse that start with bless me to perceive all that's wrong with the seemingly good things of this life, which means that up to verse number 5, if I'm not mistaken. That is a lot, man. But if you can memorize up to that, that is good. If you cannot, I give you an exception so that you don't plant bad seeds, okay? You don't feel bad. And, okay, you are free to memorize up to that level. But if you don't, all I need you to do is to memorize verse 2. Okay? All right. If you can do more than that, then there will be bonus. Yay! If not, then you say, "Ayo, I feel very bad, I cannot finish my work, Am I planting bad seeds or no? I didn't finish, then how, So just do this. Okay, I'll leave you with that. When I see you next week, then I will do a recap, a revision and all this, the whole structure on the outline. Okay, I already prepared, but I got no time to go through now. So let's do it next week. Okay. Let's end it with a dedication. Oh, I don't want to do that dedication. I don't know why this time I do very simplified one. No time to do the meditation. Just read that one will do. I need somebody to help me to read. Is there anyone who remember that? We want to do the offering of the mandala again as a thanksgiving and then followed by the dedication. Is there anybody who remember without looking at that or not? Otherwise, I have to go and search. Yeah, okay, mandala can, no problem, mandala can. Yeah, I can do that. Let me share the screen. I need somebody to read the mandala that I can do the dedication. Okay, mandala. We read the mandala as a thanksgiving, then followed by the dedication. Let me see. Okay, Raymond, can you do the mandala? If you know the Tibetan, it will be good. If not, you can do the English.
Okay, I do the English one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, offering the bandara. Here is the great earth, filled with the smell of incense, covered with a blanket of flowers. The great mountains, the four continents, wearing a jewel of the sun and moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of a Buddha and offer it all to you. By this deed, may every living being experience the pure world. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakan Niya Tayami.
Thank you, Raymond.
Is it followed by the dedication?
Dedication. Do you remember the dedication by the power? Yeah, please.
Yeah. By the goodness of what we have just done in our ACI 3 class 9, may all students complete the collection of merits and wisdom and thus gain the two ultimate body that merit and wisdom make.
Thank you so much, Raymond. Very beautiful. Yeah. He specifically mentioned our name for us. Yay. Thank you. Okay. All right, just sharp 10 p.m. Yay, we finished that. I'll see you next week for class 10.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
more than
teacher.
welcome,
Thank you,
Raymond.
Teacher Rich. Thank you.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, you can
Teacher
go if you
Rich,
have any
thank you,
questions.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next
Okay,
week.
thank you, teacher. Thank you, everyone. Good
Yeah,
night.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll leave, huh? Okay. Thank you, Francisco. I'll leave the meeting now. Thank you. Bye-bye.